How often should you post video content? Well, consistently. This is an important one, and it's one that we overlooked when we first started. Posting one video is great, but if that's where your content ends, it won't take you very far. People these days are already on to the next video, the next post, the next thing in their lives before your post is even registered with them. So you want to make sure that you're posting consistently so that you're building recognition with your audience. When you're starting out, the number isn't necessarily important. Now, if this is your only job, you'll be able to create a lot more, but most likely you're going to find it difficult to come up with the content to post every day. So I always suggest starting small and building that habit of creating content. Here's some general guidelines I work with. Very minimum, 1 post per week. Once that becomes easy for you to accomplish and you've gotten content posted months in advance, then you can start adding another day, then another, until your week is full of content, which should be your ultimate goal. And batching your content is going to help with this. Write your content over a day or two, and then when you get on camera, film several segments at once. This will allow you to get ahead of your content. You can knock out a month's worth in a single sitting. I suggest trying to start with recording 3 pieces of content per session, if it's something like this where you're speaking directly to your audience. If it's a bigger piece like a commercial, then you're going to have to plan accordingly. But think ahead. You know you need to post lots of content and consistently, so how can you take this one bigger commercial and chop it into smaller pieces or recut it so it becomes something fresh or new? If you're doing podcasts, maybe try and get a couple episodes in per recording day, and then those can be made into lots of smaller clips that you'll be able to spread out over time. Podcasts are actually great because of their length. It does allow for more content and will give you the opportunity to post more with the same amount of effort. But it needs to be interesting, which means you need to find guests that will resonate with your audience. You need to do the research, ask the right questions. A lot more of the work is done on the front end for those. The other thing to consider is there are a lot of benefits from all forms of content. Video is great, but it takes a lot of time and investment. But you can mix and match forms of content with visuals, like photos work really well, graphics, animation, and also written copy. All of these are useful and helpful in order for you to consistently deliver valuable content. So think of your skills and ways you can maximize your schedule. There's no one size fits all or one singular answer. Each has its own challenge and each has its own benefits. The key is consistency. Plan your content months in advance. Start with 1 post per week, then up it to 2, then 3. Just don't post 5 pieces of content in a week and then nothing for a month. You're better to split it up and put it out on a consistent basis. On a final note, try to pick a consistent date and time so people know what to expect and you can track how the content is performing. You can then switch that up, but make changes intentional to see if it performs better on a certain day or at a certain time. Just don't post on a whim. I know I'm going to get a lot of comments from people telling me that this is what they do and this is what's working for them, and if it's working for you, great. But in my opinion, based on what I've seen, consistency is the key. So I hope that helps. Drop me a line if you want any advice or encouragement, and I'll see you in the next one.